And welcome back, everyone, on the Decoder channels for a new show with Maurice. Welcome back, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. So happy to be back here. So
Good.
much has happened since
Yes,
dude, the Gen 3 Monkey DAO Gen 3 mint. Holy
exactly.
moly.
Yes,
Life has changed quite a bit. Yeah, it's a
yeah.
crypto web3 every day's interesting.
The meta change every 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And GM Daniels, hope you're doing well. But okay, so yeah, last time we talked about Monkey DAO and stuff. Now it's all about Lulo, your new venture and your new adventure. And bro, like you just released a new update on the interface and stuff. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
beautiful.
you, thank you. Actually, we released the update on the interface today.
Mm,
We knew internally that there would be a few pushbacks and issues from our community, and we already made a few updates for
that's cool.
them, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, like I love how we operate when we make changes. It's always based on user feedback, and then once we make a change, we
Mm.
take that into account for whatever we do that day or that week. And yeah, it's cool.
Nice, good job. And
Yeah.
like, okay, so can you explain with the to the audience like what Lulo is and why
Yeah.
they should open an account
Yeah,
now?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So Lulo, formerly known as FlexLend, is Solana's only lending aggregator, and our goal is to be a DeFi savings account. So right now, for like the DeFi native, we're a lending aggregator. But for someone new to the ecosystem, or for someone that wants to think of us as a savings account, that's exactly what we want you to do.
Nice.
So our core product right now is rate maximized yield. So we've integrated the top 5 liquidity venues on Solana, Camino, MarginFi, Mango Drift, and Solend. And
Hmm.
when you make a universal deposit, so if you come to our website and you just make a basic deposit, we'll route for the highest APY at that time. And then
Okay.
every 60 minutes, if a better rate does become available, we'll automatically reroute your deposit for you. We actually did one update recently. So if you have a larger deposit, so over 50K, we're
Hmm.
actually doing something called smart routing internally, is what we're calling it. And we split your deposit across some of the higher
Hmm.
yields, which A, mitigates risk, and B, actually helps keep the rates high. Because if we actually move all the funds that we've managed for
Mm.
people to the highest rate at once, it'll swing and then end up,
Ah.
kind of chasing rates around, and it's not as optimal.
Oh, you auto cannibalize yourself, right, with the volume.
Exactly. Exactly. We
Ah,
need to avoid that.
that's interesting. But you
Yeah.
also like with the deposits and stuff, you also get more points, right? And a reward, for example, for Camino, for like if you deposit on Camino, you also farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
so we like to kind of think of it as like the savings account that collects rewards for you. So
Mhm.
for Camino season one, all of our users were accruing Camino points, and then we enabled the Camino token claim in app. Drift, same thing. Anybody from our community that qualified for the Drift token allocation claimed it in app. Right now, our users are accruing points for Camino season two,
Mm.
Solend, their recent point system that they just updated or re-released, and then MarginFi. One thing with MarginFi is they don't share the API with us, so
Mm.
we we can't show it in the app itself, but we do have like a workaround. So if someone does want to track their MarginFi points, they could just jump in Discord and
Okay.
we'll show them or link them how to do it.
Okay. That's okay, that's cool. Always helpful.
Yeah, yeah. Try.
uh, First question from Baher. Little off topic, but what shampoo do you use for your mustache, Maurice?
Oh,
And
so
I saw he was going to ask me, but he didn't.
uh, oddly enough, I love this question. So, Lilabo and Malin and Goats are my two super luxury,
Okay.
personal, what's the term? Hygiene
Yeah.
brands. So, like all the shaving creams I don't shave much,
Yeah.
but shampoos, face wash, conditioner. oddly enough, I have like an industrial size Malin and Goats pump in one of our bathrooms, and I just fill up all of our other stuff with it.
That's cool.
Great question. Thanks,
Yeah.
Bear.
Yeah, no, yeah. It is nailing to the point of
Yeah.
yeah. And no,
Oh,
it's important to treat yourself, right? So yeah.
I could make him laugh too. I have a mustache comb here.
Oh, that's cool.
And I could just, you know, this
Okay.
mustache is going for a long time. But let's get back to Lulo or something not related to my face.
But okay, so I see that, like, are you becoming a neobank? Because that's the beginning of it, right?
Yeah, so like, are we becoming a neobank? I don't know. Right now, that sure looks like the trajectory,
Mhm.
right? Like, we want to enable insurance, we want to enable debit cards, we want fiat on ramp, off ramp.
Mm.
We want like features and a feature suite that would kind of echo or mirror a neobank.
Mhm.
But right now, we're not like
Yeah.
framing ourselves as a neobank. I think it's really interesting. Like, we truly are a lending aggregator, and for DeFi natives, that is how we should and need to talk about it.
Mhm.
But for everyone else, like the total addressable market, which is, in my
Yeah.
opinion, the world, like tons of people around the world have issues: A, saving money;
Mm.
B, banking themselves; and C, actually saving money for their futures. So let alone saving for like monthly expenses, but
Yeah.
like saving money for their future or saving money for a trip or a big purchase. Like this is where we want to go, and that's really what we want to do. And I do think over the next few weeks and months, you'll see more and more of that come through in the way we
Okay.
talk and the way the UI updates. Like today, the UI updated much more in line with like a unified
Mm.
interface for your savings account versus the
Yeah.
dashboard for your lending aggregator, right?
100%.
So yeah, we'll keep grinding in that
Yeah.
direction.
What about like, yeah, like if for the neobank, like it comes regulation, right? Fast, I
Yeah, I
guess.
mean, I think we'd welcome regulation, you know?
Mm.
We like, in my opinion, just my personal opinion, is crypto, especially in the US, needs regulation. And that is so we can actually
Yeah.
grow and flourish. Like, I look at the beginning of the internet and crypto today, and you could look at parallels. And if the US treats crypto like they did the internet, then we could be at the forefront of that, and we could
Yeah.
really blossom innovation and growth. And as much as anybody might want to, like, not want to admit that the US is probably the center of most,
The
like
world.
most industries, right? Like I don't like saying that, or I don't
Yeah.
like the reality of it. But if the US was to take a step forward in crypto regulation,
Mm.
we'd watch an entire domino effect
Yeah.
around the world, right?
That's why the election in November will be important for crypto.
Going to be very, very
Yeah.
interesting. And like, anybody who thinks crypto isn't political, like, they're sorely mistaken, and they need to like kind of do their own research on that.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting.
Can you give me like a prepaid card or debit card for so I can send it to my parents and they can use it? So that's gonna be my Christmas gift for them. I'm gonna
I really want to do that, and we
yeah.
really want, like all idle USDC to be able to leverage Lulo. So like right
Mm.
now, we're working on, we've actually finalized a lot of like integration documentation. So like, CPI stuff, API stuff. And this way we can have like other projects, other treasuries, other consumer facing apps integrate us and then offer their users
Mm.
a way to earn yield on their USDC. And I keep referencing USDC because like USDC is the optimal product market fit for Lulo.
Mm.
Most people on Solana who are actively
Yeah.
trading borrow USDC against their SOL or other assets. So
Mm.
USDC has the highest interest, right? They have the more people want to use it. So that's where where the higher lending rates are. Yeah.
Is that because there is a systemic risk on USDT or no?
Yeah. So, and I think like, to bite my tongue and not comment too deeply on that, like possibly, right? Like in the Solana ecosystem, USDC for stable coins is the primo. That's the pinnacle. That's who everyone looks to. But if you look at like ETH or Tron, for instance, USDT rules, and people are more skeptical of USDC for a multitude of reasons. But like me personally, we're very much like we're USDC maxis, maxis in quotes. We're part of the Circle Alliance actually, and Circle Ventures is one of our investors. So to say that we're not like focused on USDC would be a mistake. We're highly focused on it, but we also want to offer everybody a tool. So we do USDT, we do Sol, we do Jupe, Bonk, GitoSol, MSol, and BSol. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how much did you raise with your investors?
So they raised before I joined the team. It was right before FTX crashed. I think close to 3 million.
Okay, that's cool.
So we're still working off that runway, and we're doing pretty good, if I might say. So that was the raise, and that's still the money we're working off of now.
Do you have rough revenue right now?
Right now, no. That's something that we're talking about internally quite a bit is how do we monetize, or not how do we monetize, but how do we want to monetize? We've made very conscious decisions against a point system, against a referral system right now, because we want to incentivize the right behavior. We currently have about just under 13 million in directed liquidity. Directed liquidity, for anybody who's listening and they're unfamiliar, it's a term that we came up with. TVL isn't really appropriate for Lulo because we don't actually custody the funds. So when you deposit into Lulo, we create a separate account for you. And that account we manage, and it's always deposited into one of those 5 platforms. And the money that is deposited through Lulo into those platforms is part of those platforms' TVL, right? Total value locked. So you could conceptually say what we do is assets under management, but that's a bit more of like a VC term or a liquidity provider term. So directed liquidity felt like a cool term for us. It's new, it's unique, but it also really fits what we do. We direct the liquidity around the ecosystem.
That's cool. Yeah, okay. That's the same way like Jupiter is routing, like when you do a swap, you have this smart. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we've been labeled Jupiter for lending, which I'm perfectly fine with that because Jupiter has a great brand name and good positive associations. But we do want to be more than just an aggregator, right? We want to offer like a full suite of products that allow you to use us as a DeFi savings account.
I like that. It's cool.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, that's something. But do you think it's like a bear or bull market product?
So even in a bear market, we think Lulo would have product market fit because if the average savings account in the US offers 0.47% APY, and it's not even APY actually, it's just simple interest, and they might provide interest like monthly or annually. It doesn't even match inflation, let alone outpace inflation. So every day you have your dollar sitting in a savings account, not at least earning 5% APY or simple interest on the year, you're losing purchasing power. And this is something that like we're really, really trying to like not pioneer, but like be at the forefront of education in the crypto ecosystem, primarily for, financial literacy. How do you manage your own finances? What's budgeting? Like what's like there's all of these debt, like what does it actually mean to go into debt? There's all of these ways that we can add value while also, you know, supporting our end goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, like, sorry, to answer your question directly, I really think that, like, bull or bear market, if we could get people 6-7% compounding interest annually, that's a massive value add. Right now, I think the annual for the year so far, it's probably between 12 and 15%, but Q1, so January to April 2024, our average user on USDC had 25.6% APY.
Damn.
That
Okay, that's
is
cool.
phenomenal, right? If you have you have 5 or 6 figures in Lulo today, you're spinning off enough to pay a mortgage, to go on flights, to do groceries. Like, it's a no-brainer.
I should do a personal loan like in fiat for 2-3% and put everything and dump everything on Lulo.
Not financial advice, but we'd support you.
I'm just talking for myself. They want.
Yeah, we'd support you, and if you want, I'll open up a group chat and we'll help you manage it as best we can.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. I just put like some of the decoder's money into like a decoder's account. So I will do like with a reward. I will do a raffle on a weekly basis, so I can get the reward and then do the raffles with that. And yeah, like I have like $25,000 personal on Lulo on my
Me too. I have like the majority of my liquid cash is in Lulo, and I think it's like important for me, at least, like, put my money where my mouth is. But I think I just heard you say that you're partially managing the decoder's treasury with Lulo.
I just did that like 5 minutes before.
Yes, I'm gonna report to the team, because we have a few teams using us as a treasury management tool, and, you know, ideally, eventually, we'd get integrated into realms and squads and all these multi-sigs, because DAOs and teams and projects like yours can really benefit from
that makes sense.
the active, the yield. I mean, it could make or break a project, right? It could give you runway for months or weeks.
Bro, like, if you have, I don't know, like I don't know treasury for Monkey DAO, but like for FFF, right? It's like known that they have a couple of millions in treasury. If you put like 9 million treasury, so you put like 1 or 2 million in DeFi and stuff, you can pay 1 or 2 guys out of it.
I am putting a note here to reach out to Drax, because I've completely forgot to hit him up, but he's a friend of mine.
That's cool.
And I'm gonna apply a little pressure and see if I can't get him to use Lulo.
But yeah, what's the ticker? Yeah. Are you going to drop a Lulo token?
Yeah, so legally, I can't say anything. No comment, no news right now. I said it before. I'll reiterate it very briefly. Like, we don't have a point system. We don't have a referral system. It's on purpose. No news on token. We really want to incentivize the right behavior, and we are. Like, we're finding product market fit without talk of a token, without talk of a point system. And we're very proud of that. Like, I'd be lying if I said we weren't.
What about the referral program? Why is that the problem?
So just like point systems, we don't want people to be thinking that the referral system is going to result in XYZ incentive, right? Or XYZ reward. We had a referral system, like, full transparency. We had a referral system when I started. We had some internal discussions, and it was just like, if we don't have an end goal, like, if we don't have a clear and direct reason to do it, and can communicate with that to the community, then we should get rid of it, and we did. But I'm thinking of ways to integrate a referral system with rewards for our users that we don't have to talk about a token. You know, like, will a token come in the future? I don't know, maybe. But will there be ways that we reward our community? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because it's tricky, right? Because if there is no points that you create or something, then it has to be performance based on the APY. But then it doesn't make sense for the user to use a referral token if you're going to take performance fees on top of it, right?
Yeah, so what we've been so right now we don't take performance fees,
Yeah.
but if we were to take a percentage of the extra interest earned, it would
Mm.
probably be a very small percent, but like
Yes.
that's go ahead, go ahead. I wanted to hear what you were
But
gonna say.
okay, so you can like for your revenue, right? You can take, for example, like 0.1%, and the referral fees after 5, 10, whatever, it take off the fees. So then you have a referral program and you have revenue.
That's actually a great idea, and that's a good way to incentivize people.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all about rewarding people. I mean, like part of why we haven't monetized yet is
Mm.
because no points, no referral
Yeah.
system, no active talk about a token. So we're literally we pay
Mm.
to reroute people's deposits. Like it cost us money to help
Mm.
people. So up
Mm.
until now, we've kind of communicated like we're getting you the best yield. We're maximizing the yield that you can get on your USDC and USDT for sure.
Mm.
And that's a pretty great value add from my
Yeah.
perspective, from our perspective. Yeah.
That's cool. I like it. Do
Yeah.
you want to do a demo?
Yeah, sure. So
Nice.
I
Show
think
the
this
product.
should do
That's the
the
icon in the middle.
yeah, yeah. Let's see. Brave tab, Lulo. There we go. I think we're
Tag,
good.
tag. Yes, and I'm
Yeah.
going to do that. Oh, I'm going to do that. Yes, yes.
Sick. Oh, that
Nice.
looks great. Cool. So yeah, everybody who's watching, if you're curious, today we updated our UI, and this is more of a unified interface. Currently, this is the dashboard, which is also the lending module. It used to be separated out, but when you come to lulo.fi, you'll immediately see the deposit module and then the dashboard with your activity. And the dashboard with the activity actually shows when your funds were rerouted. So you could see here,
Nice.
this was how many reroutes. So this is like 4 or 5 or 6. I mean, this is like 5 or 6 reroutes on this USDT test deposit overnight and into the morning. I mean, if you had sat at the computer and did that yourself,
Yeah.
it would have been a lot of work. So I'll show you really quickly. I have 50 USDC in my wallet. Actually, let's do this. Let's withdraw 100 just to show everybody how it's instant withdrawal, and it shows you a little bit of a here's the pop-up, confirm. It should be lightning fast. Shows you, yeah, nice. And it shows you where it's withdrawing from. And now I could go back to deposit, and here's $150 deposit. And I'll show you an error occurred. I wonder why.
Demo effect.
Yeah, we were doing updates today, so there's a possibility.
I did it like 7 minutes ago, so it was working.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's see. Well, either way, I could show the interface. So
Yeah.
right now, this is the deposit and withdrawal interface. You could see the real-time rates are on that ticker coming across the screen. You can see your
Mm.
total value. So all of your deposits. If you
Yeah.
hover over the info button, you'll see the breakdown of your assets, where
Nice.
they are, what they're earning. Total interest earned. This is like your real-time APY across all of your assets. So,
Mm.
if you have something like Jupiter in there, which doesn't earn a lot of yield, it's going to pull down the APY. But because Jupe was just a test deposit, let's take that out and see what it looks like. Oh, let's do this. Interesting. All right, cool. We'll check on that and see why that's the case. So this is another thing, right? We definitely like are building in real time, and all these updates this morning, some of them probably need some fixing, but that's okay. I'll run through the interface and just show everybody what's going on. So
okay, so you're not doing only like stable coins. It's like even Jupe and other right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So USDC, USDT, Sol, Jupe, Bonk, BSOL, JUDOSOL, MSOL.
Yes.
The thing with Sol, Jupe, Bonk, BSOL, JUDOSOL, MSOL is, as we were saying earlier, because the open interest to borrow those assets is lower, the interest rates are lower, right? But because there's so much desire to borrow USDC, those rates tend to be higher on average. But so when you do have active deposits on Lulo, you will see, points accruing in the rewards tab. So you can see here, I claimed Camino, and now I'm currently earning season 2 Camino points, season 1 points for Solend, and then Drift recently claimed. We also have this thing called Points Lift, which allows people to earn 2x the Camino points with half the risk, or with way less risk. It's an order matching system, essentially. So if you came in with 100, or you could come in with whatever money you have, and we will order match you. So I could show you with this test wallet. I deposited 100 USDC. And when I deposited into Lulo, we matched it with another 100 USDC. And essentially, that gives you double the points, so 2x Camino points. And what you're doing there is you're actually forfeiting your yield. So we keep all the yield, and you get all the points. You can track it here. If you press the pop out, you'll see that this deposit is 208, even though I deposited 100. And when I'm ready to withdraw, Lulo will keep 108. You'll get 100 back, and you'll get all the points associated with that deposit.
Okay. Is that something that Camino wanted to advertise on your platform?
No. It's just we work with Camino sort of like we want other teams to integrate us. Camino works with us in that fashion as well. So like they're perfectly fine with us building products on top. They support us, in directing liquidity to their platform. And, it's a very symbiotic relationship for sure.
Let's try a revenue stream too, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we did have some funds in there, but didn't think of it quite like revenue. Yeah, there's some error here with my wallet. I don't know what it is, but that's fine. Everybody could see the details here. So if you wanted to just make a universal deposit, you just come in here and you press deposit. If you have a specific strategy, you could click on settings, and you could actually like turn on or off which platforms your funds route to. You could also set a minimum rate. So if you want to, let's say you're farming Camino points, if you set a minimum rate, so 5%, if 5% is not available anywhere on the market, your funds will go to Camino to earn whatever yield they're offering, and you also get to earn more of the Camino points. So there are ways to make these settings. Confirm my settings. There are ways to, personalize this way more than, just we've added ways to personalize the experience. So definitely expect some more updates coming over the next day or two. Like when we updated this morning, the carousel with the real-time rates was taken away, but we added it back because everybody got upset with us. So over the next day or 2 or 3, I would expect some more updates to come. And please provide us with any feedback you guys might have. We definitely want to hear about it. And we're very curious to keep building for our community.
That's banger. I mean, like it's it's like the value proposition is simple. Like you have a neat interface and stuff. That's what's called a banker product, man.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We tried to keep it very, very simple,
Yeah,
while also providing customizability and
yeah,
personalization. Yeah. So
and yeah, and there's like this business model. Like it's you had products in like finance, like classic finance. What's the CFI? Like for example, from Inuit, right? Like all of the Inuit Suite. What was like the credit score?
oh
Credit
yeah,
Karma.
yeah, Credit Karma,
Yeah,
Intuit, TurboTax,
exactly.
like yeah,
All
yeah.
of that, you can take all of those products, make it like Web3 sauce and sprinkle and stuff, and you have like you have like a multi-million-dollar company for sure.
I hope so. I
Yeah.
mean, I'd be. I think of Lulo as a unicorn.
Mm,
Um, and part of that is like I feel as if we embody the unicorn, if we embody the
mm,
billion-dollar business and we keep building the way that we build, and again, like constantly taking user feedback and constantly building based on what users want,
mm.
I think like the sky is the limit, right?
100%.
Worst case scenario, we shoot for the moon and we land among the
Yeah, no,
stars.
exactly. Because in terms of business model, like it's drive itself, by itself, right? Like again, so you can have like the performance fees, which is completely transparent for the user, so it
Yep.
doesn't need to pay like any extra or whatever. Then it's based on volume, and everything is incentivized and aligned between the company and the user because you want more user to use your product,
Yep.
because you have a performance fee and because you are always improving the experience for your user. Everyone is happy and more people are coming.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
at the contrary of the fucking bank when everything is free, and then as soon as you are in the red, they are going to charge you $200 per letters that they're going to send you and fuck you over for like
Yep.
$5 overdraft.
And those banks are now charging way more fees than they used to before,
Yeah.
right? Like you have to have a minimum account balance. If
Oh,
you don't
fuck that shit,
maintain
man.
the balance, I know me
Oh my
me and
god.
one of the co-founders at Lulo,
Mm.
we're constantly like just making sure our
Oh yeah.
minimum balance is there
Mm.
so we don't get charged.
Bro,
I
I refuse to pay any bank fees whatsoever. Like once they charged me like 25 cent or something for oh yeah, I remember. I transferred my I made like a mistake. I transferred money from my credit card to my checking account, and they charge you for that. At least
oh yeah.
TD Canada they charge you.
Oh yeah.
And it was like 25 cents and whatever. Um, I called the bank. It cost me probably like $2-3 in just a
The call.
phone call. But I wanted my 25-cent back. I refused to give
I get it.
them anything.
I totally get it. I totally get it. I mean,
Fuck them.
yeah, I keep almost all of my money on chain,
Yeah.
and all of my savings on
Yeah.
chain, and I mean I use ledgers. I have
Yeah.
multiple hardware wallets, like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm not like I personally have been uh of like I was a victim to predatory credit card lending in my very early
Shit.
20s. My parents split up. I had to move out of the house. I didn't have financial literacy. I didn't
Mm.
understand debt. I didn't understand how to manage my savings or my expenses or budgeting,
Yeah.
and I ended up ruining my credit score.
Mm.
So all my bank accounts were closed. I couldn't
Jesus.
sign a lease for an apartment. And actually, crypto, the ICO boom, and when ETH came onto the market, I had given a friend like $150 cash. He bought me ETH. I spun up my Ether wallet. He sent it to me, and I used that to basically like get myself out of debt. I was
Damn.
doing like a few, shitty trades, and
Yeah.
but like, paper played my weight up
Mm.
to get myself out of debt, and it was mind blowing to me. So just back to the Lulo monetizing
Mm.
concept, like we're thinking like multiple different routes internally, but like there could be like a freemium model, right? Where
Mm.
you get less yield and it's free to use, or you get the max yield and you pay a small management fee.
Mm.
If we introduce insurance, maybe there's like an insurance fee, or a cap on the interest. So like we'll make that the money on top, but we're not too worried about it right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, you
Again,
have,
like
yeah,
the
raise money.
focus is product market fit. We
Yeah.
have some money in the bank. We have other ways to make a little bit of money to keep things going if we need to. But we might raise again soon. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bull market. Yes. So yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. And right now would be probably like the good timing to do it, right? Because
Yeah,
then in 2 3 years, rough runway. Yeah, yeah. That's
yeah.
tricky because if you have 2 or 3 years of runway, then you're going to raise during the bear. That's going to be shit.
Yeah, and there's a lot of projects that tried to raise during the bear because they
Yeah.
didn't manage their runway properly.
Mm.
It's funny. There's like a saying: the best time to raise is when the VCs are willing to pay.
Yeah.
I think like right now we're in a lull. It's the summer. The summer's just starting. Most VCs are on
Yeah.
vacation. The markets tend to be a little quiet during the summer. I think like August, September,
Mm.
October,
Yeah.
we'll see a lot of price action, and I think we'll see a lot more projects raising again. And
Send it.
yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy upmarket and don't enjoy crabby
Yeah.
sideways movement as much. But you know, that's something interesting, right? Like with Lulo, even in the crabby market that we've
Mm.
had the last few months,
Mm.
Lulo users are getting 10 to 15%
Yeah.
on the low end on their USDC and USDT. It's really good yield. Like,
1%.
it's not like these crazy DeFi 800% APY
Yeah.
on a DLMM pool that you have to manage all day long to make sure it doesn't go out of range.
Mm.
Like, you could put your money in Lulo and go live life. Like,
No,
go to the beach,
exactly.
go skateboard, rock
Yeah.
climb. I don't know, whatever you want to do.
Mm. Which is, yeah, like again, yeah, you're matching inflation. At least you're not losing money.
Yeah. I mean, our goal is to outpace inflation at the
Mm.
minimum. So at least if we're outpacing inflation by 1 or 2%,
Yeah.
we're good to go.
Man, like in the US, like they say, yeah, like a 5 or 6, but it's like they exclude like half of the rent and food and stuff, which is like the highest inflation point. So like I haven't seen like a couple of tweets from economists that say like, yeah, inflation is double digit.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
what the Fed reports and like what the media talks about is
it's mad.
very different from
Yes.
what consumers feel when they go to buy
Exactly.
eggs or milk
Yeah.
at the grocery store. And I know for me personally,
Mm.
I've seen it in like um subscription costs
Mm.
and like things like that, or gas at the gas pump is like the classic.
Yeah.
Everybody always looks at gas at the gas pump. But like going to eat out, like meals out, like if you
Yeah.
want,
It's
I don't live in New York City right now because
mm.
it's too damn expensive, but I grew up there, and every time we go back, we go out to eat. And even my dollar dumpling places are now $2 or $3 for the same dollar dumpling right before COVID.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's wild. It's
But
wild.
I'm not sure like the gas like ever increased because I'm always taking for 10 bucks, you know? I always take 10 bucks of gas, so I never.
You only That's funny.
So dad jokes.
I like it. It's dad jokes.
How many users do you have? How many wallets have like deposited?
Yeah, so we have just between 5 and 5,500 users.
That's cool.
We have about 13, just under 13 million in directed liquidity. We have
Okay.
about about 8,000 active orders. So like of the 5,000 users,
Hmm.
there's about 8,000 active orders underneath them.
Okay.
Um, a few more fun metrics. So like USDT gets rerouted throughout a 24-hour period,
All
like
the time.
3 to 4 times
Okay.
on average. USDC is 2 to 3 times on average. But then again, like if there's a lot of like if it's a
Mm.
crazy day in the market, it could be 5 or 6 times.
Mm.
I think peak was 9 times in one day on
Okay.
USDT. So yeah, like we'll put out more metrics come in the very near future, but
Nice.
those are some fun ones that
Yeah.
I like a lot.
And
Yeah.
what are the risks do we get exposed to when we use Lulo, right? It's
Yeah.
because, again, you don't manage the money, right? So it goes straight to the pools, but you like from to Camino
Yeah.
and all of the platform.
Yeah.
Um,
So
but you manage the wallet that you create on the program, right?
yeah, so from like a more technical
Mm.
perspective, when you create a Lulo account, it's a
Mm.
PDA, so a program
Yes.
derived address. It's a programmatically managed wallet, just like
Yes.
you would have like a phantom wallet. That program derived address, your Lulo account, we move around for you, and it's always deposited into one of the integrated protocols. So there is some added smart contract risk. We cannot deny that. And
Mm.
everybody in crypto and Web3 should
Yeah.
be very like open and transparent about it. But we're fully audited. We
Mm.
do minor risk monitoring, which we're going to improve and make more robust over time. And then everybody we're integrated with is audited multiple times over. So is using crypto, DeFi, Web3
Yeah.
risky? Yeah, like the same risk that you take on when
Mm.
you go and deposit into Camino or Orca or
Yeah.
Radium or MarginFi. It's very similar to if you use Lulo. It's a little added risk, I suppose, if we're being
Yeah.
transparent,
Because it's
because
one
it's
more
one
layer.
extra layer.
Yeah.
But all the layers underneath us,
Mm.
we believe in, we trust. We're audited. We'll get more audits, and I think like as long as we continue with that security mindset,
Mm.
that should be pretty good. Also, we're working on insurance. I don't know how, we don't know when,
Yeah.
but we're working on it, and I think that will be even another added layer of
And
trust and security.
when you say insurance is like an amount of money that you have in treasury that will be allocated
Yeah,
to.
we're not sure right now. We have a poll on Twitter, we have a poll in
Yes.
Discord, and we have a poll in Telegram. And insurance is the number one request. We
Okay.
don't know if it's going to be like a pool that's like, you know, Drift has Drift protocol has an insurance fund essentially. I don't know if it's going to be like a pool of assets that we use to insure. I know personally, like I look at insurance in the real world and I think it's a bit of a scam.
Oh,
Like,
this is
you know,
right.
you're supposed to like the insurance companies want you to pay to insure whatever your health insurance or your
Mm.
car insurance. But if you need to make a claim, their directive
Yeah.
is to do everything in their power to
Yeah.
not pay out because
Yeah.
it's a profit motive, right? So I know for sure, like however we ensure this, it's there won't be profit motive. So in
Mm.
the event that we need to use it, there won't be like an argument with our
Yeah.
users, like, no, you don't
Yeah.
qualify. Like, yes,
Yeah.
if we have the insurance, everyone qualifies.
Mm. But yeah, like the simplest model would be like to, if you get hacked, you have like half a mil that can be paid back to people who
Yeah.
deposited. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, so
Good.
ideally, we'd be able to kind of like mimic or mirror FDIC.
Mm.
So like, you know, different kinds of accounts are insured up to X amount. So like
Yeah. Okay.
normal savings accounts at Wells Fargo, TD Bank, Chase,
Mm.
like for everyday people, it's insured up to 250K. If you're a bigger person, you probably have other kinds of insurance plus, you know, other FDIC levels.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have no idea what we're gonna do transparently,
Mm.
like honestly, but we're figuring it out. And we'll keep everyone
That's
updated
cool.
as we figure
Yeah.
it out.
That's yeah. Okay. It's cool. I like it. I love it a lot because yeah, there's everything like the main again the value proposition is served well, and now it's just like again sprinkles that you can build a business on top of it, and where everything makes sense, and it's nice.
Yeah. I
I love
mean,
crypto. It's cool.
yeah, me too. We love crypto. And
Yeah.
like that's a big thing that I will say about Lulo is like we might have to work with the banks. We might have to, but we want to beat the banks in multiple ways. Customer service, the interest that we provide our users, that's number one. But like outside of better interest for you to save for your future, customer service, brand loyalty, vibes, you know, feelings, emotions, like there's some insurance, you know, credit cards. Like if you could live your life on chain and really not participate with the traditional banking system, I think a lot of us would opt into that.
100%. That's why I want like give me a prepaid card, please, that I can swap.
We'll try.
And yeah, so so I'm in Europe, so you need to swap my USDC to euros from Jupiter, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, but then it's fiat. Yeah, how to do that? I don't know. It's your job to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean,
I need three cards. I need 3 cards for one account.
I mean, ideally, actually, it wouldn't be like a prepaid card. It would be something more similar to like the Coinbase card.
Yeah.
So your Coinbase credit card or debit card, whatever your balance is, you're compounding interest on your total balance. And whenever you need to spend, it just deducts out of that balance.
Okay.
Versus a prepaid card would be a fixed amount. So the fixed amount you can't add, you can subtract, but you can't add to it. So it would be better modeled in more like the Coinbase system, which I'm not exactly sure how it works. We probably need to do a little research on how to mimic it, but that would be ideal.
Can you do that before
Because the
Christmas?
prepaid cards also have limits, right?
Yeah.
You know, I want you to be able to buy a plane ticket. I want you to be able to pay a mortgage. I want you to be able to buy a car.
Yeah, like, but then everything. Like you start touching like the real world stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, the crypto needs to go more and more real world. Like
no, I want the real world to become crypto. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, okay, so that's a take I have like against growth in the Web3/crypto world is like, I don't want to facilitate in a way like onboarding people and bridging the gap, because it's a culture that our culture is way better than real life. And if we expand too much, and if my mother become like the barrier to entry is too low, and my mother is able to enter crypto like just like that, we are going to lose like the Jane and like IRL events vibes, you know what I mean? But it's probably that every internet guys in the 80s are probably say that too, right?
I was just gonna say that, like in the early 90s and getting as we got towards 2000 and Y2K and the internet was not a part of everyday life the way it is today, right? Every aspect of our life today has something to do with the internet, in some way, shape, or form. And God help you if even a fraction of the world understands how the internet works. Right? We don't have to understand every aspect of it. And I think that might be, you know, one of the differentiating factors. Like maybe all of us crypto natives, DeFi natives, like we'll understand shit more. We'll have our sub communities, but like there's still the deep dark edges of the internet, right? Like all the people that were here in the beginning and they were like, oh, the internet should remain. Yeah, exactly. Like or dark web, right? Like people using Tor browsers and they're going to websites that you and I don't look at ever.
No.
Yeah. Like I remember Bitcoin on the Silk Road, man. That's how I was introduced to Bitcoin. I had
Damn.
neighbors mining on home computers and
Mm.
they were using Silk Road. And that's how I discovered Bitcoin in
Yeah,
2012, in 2011, 12. Yeah.
that's dope. Yeah, you mine Bitcoin on your personal computer, and then you can smoke.
Yep. Yep.
That was a good times.
It was a weird time. Yeah. Yeah. Good and weird.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. Like, in a way, we are also so far from like mass adoption. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel it. Like, for example, like you can see it with the meme coins, right? Like you have Iggy Azalea doing like a legit celeb coin. I'm pretty sure that we never onboard any fans from her, like for our audience to Solana whatsoever.
So I would like to see Iggy do like a drip channel. And if
Mm,
she did a drip channel and incentivized her community of 7 million followers on Twitter, I
mm,
think Instagram is like 15 million or
yeah.
something crazy. Like incentivize these people to actually discover Web3, discover crypto, discover DeFi,
Mm,
whatever their interest, might be. I think we're way off from mass adoption. But what
yeah.
I will say is I think products like Lulo, obviously, I have to
Mm,
say that, but I believe it. But products like Lulo, which can benefit everyday people, like my mother has
yeah.
not saved properly for her retirement
Yeah.
and would benefit greatly from a structured product
Mm,
that we could provide her if it would beat inflation.
yeah.
I think things like Hive Mapper, things Helium Mobile, like products like that can actually onboard millions of people.
Yeah.
But a lot of it has to do with like how do we disambiguate away blockchain? How do we
Mm,
just like take crypto and blockchain out of the conversation? Just like the internet is not a part of the conversation when you open up Instagram, right? Or
yeah.
you open up any app on your iPhone.
Yeah, but like you also like you deserve your 10% APY on stable when you have made the effort on your Saturday afternoon to understand how like install Phantom Wallet or like buy some Solana from Coinbase and then transfer to your wallet, like
It,
And also, if we onboard like half a billion people, you will never get 10% APY anymore.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like
Okay.
I don't know. But uh if the traditional system didn't have all of the middlemen and intermediaries taking
Mm,
a cut of
mm,
what you could
yeah.
potentially be making, right? If the bank is offering you 3%, they have to be making double,
Yeah,
triple,
yeah,
quadruple that, right?
yeah,
And how are they doing it? I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of them are doing it with T-bills and treasuries and
yeah,
mortgages and like there's all of these other ways that they make money,
mm,
but there's all the middlemen and intermediaries and
mm,
everyone their cut. And you as the small person at the bottom, you're getting the
yeah,
short end of the stick. So if we cut out all those intermediaries and the traditional system integrates a little bit more with the alternative system, which is us, maybe those rates aren't 20% APY, but they're 15 or 10.
yeah,
But 10 is still way better
yeah.
than anything you
Zero
could
point
get at
0.3.
any GSIB. Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean,
But
I do agree with you about bridging the gap. I
yeah,
think like bridging the gap isn't necessarily my favorite way to frame it. I think it's kind of meeting them where they are
yeah,
and talking to normal people in a way that makes crypto blockchain web3 more attractive.
yeah. But bring the ETH first, and then you can onboard home mother. And like it will be the conversation will be 10 times easier if we have like 100% of the crypto bros on Solana first. And there is so much work to do first for that target that we don't even need to talk about. Like, bro, like the Bitcoin maximalist, that will never come on Solana for 10% APY on USD. But in some way, it makes more sense for them to come than. of family members. You know,
Yeah. I mean,
that's
I guess it's also who do you like who are we interested in helping or
yeah,
who are
no,
we
yeah,
interested in onboarding,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like I want to help the guy with $1 million earn more money? Sure.
yeah,
Is
more
that what
volume.
gets me excited? Not really.
You know,
I want
exactly.
to help people in emerging markets. I want to
Mm,
help people who are, like me, who are negatively affected by the traditional system that
yeah,
worked really well. Like, I think that at the end of the day, and you're right, like it's gonna take many more years,
yeah,
but I will say, my opinion again, Bitcoin ETF, not
change
about the
everything,
money,
change everything.
changes everything
Yeah,
because now it's mainstream. Now
yeah,
it's acceptable for private
mm,
wealth managers to talk to their clients around the US about it. And
yeah,
again, as soon as the US gets on board, everyone else will
yeah.
follow. And it's happening with Bitcoin. We're seeing it with ETH, right? ETH ETFs are going to come at
Yeah.
some point. Yeah.
I think it was already announced, right, by Gary for July for the
Rate
ETH
cut.
ETF.
Oh,
Yeah,
the ETH ETF.
yeah. But
Yeah,
bro,
rate
you know
cuts,
what's
I don't
gonna
know one.
happen? Like
The ETH ETF, yeah.
the wealth manager will come to Lulo, deposit their customers' fund, and give back like 0.5%.
So funny, yeah, dude, that would be terrible. Um, I mean, so that's one of the funny things that like a lot of people I think discount, and I've been doing a little research and listening to some podcasts about it lately, but like private wealth managers who work with people in the
Mm,
middle income, right? Like people that have wealth, but they're not rich and they have businesses and they're managing,
mm,
their funds. um, we need them to sign on to crypto, right? We need
yeah,
them to promote the Bitcoin ETF and ETH ETFs. And we're baby steps. We're getting
yeah,
there slowly but surely. Again, like no one, like 30 years ago, no one, 30, 40
yeah,
years ago, I don't think anyone would have said the internet would be the most
yeah,
important piece of everyone's life and it would be integrated into everything you do,
yeah.
right? Like even this hat it's a hat, but it was designed online. It was managed. The purchase was managed online. The
Mm,
design was done online. Like everything, computers, right?
yeah.
Technology, the same thing. So,
And we're gonna live that again with AI, bro.
yep,
It's gonna be fun.
AI is gonna be a whole nother thing. And funny too, someone in the AI ecosystem is having a podcast right now
Yeah,
about how AI is gonna, onboard masses of people.
yeah.
It's so funny.
Like,
Life is weird.
yeah, we are living at and our generation is like the last generation that knew the world without internet, but grow with internet anywhere, right? So it's maybe the best generation ever because again, like you have the before and after, and the impact on that. Again, you can see it with AI. Like you can picture it in your head with what's gonna happen with AI, and I think AI will be even more important than internet.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly. I think
Uh,
so. I mean, the fucked up thing too about AI
yeah.
is we've had AI for 20, 30 years already. We just called it machine learning.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now that we've reframed it into a more consumer facing product that
Mm,
anybody can access,
yeah.
it's like
Exactly.
a threatening, scary thing.
Yeah. I was listening a podcast from with Yann Lequin, which is like who is like a French guy who is like at the head of like AI at Meta.
Okay.
And he was saying, yeah, when ChatGPT came out, I was not impressed because we already have the same models for the last 10 years. But bro, like they are just marketing geniuses. Like when you have ChatGPT 3.5, even if that shit is like the conversation is kind of like shit compared to 4 and
Mhm.
4.0, like the world changed when they launched ChatGPT. So
Yes.
what the fuck did you do for last 10 years? Just market it better.
They were using it to control people and
Yeah.
advertising money to monetize their
Yeah.
users. Yeah, they just didn't want to publicize it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Different
Yeah.
approach. Yeah.
Which, yeah, that's a rabbit hole. But like now that they use their models to build the models plus one, that's why also development is going faster and faster, because they can use what they have now to build the next tools. It's
Oh yeah, and the AIs are training the AIs.
exactly.
Yeah,
Uh,
be wild.
yeah, I loved it. Right now it's so fun. It's so cool. But
We're
yeah, back
living in the
to
future, right?
yeah, yeah. But yeah, back to Lulo and Web3. Oh shit! Okay, it's already okay. Been a 1 hour. Okay, so we can slowly wrap it up. But like, okay, what do you think about like the attention that you have on the timeline compared to the shitcoin and meme coins meta? Right, when people are making like 10,000 X's
Yeah.
on in 5 minutes, compared
Yeah.
to saying, okay, yeah, deposit your USDC and you will get 10% APY. Like, how do you
Yeah.
communicate? How do you manage that?
It's really, really hard to compete.
Mm.
And something that like I'm personally very committed to is product marketing, which is
Mm.
like what Lulo does, and brand marketing, which is how you feel being a part of Lulo, being a community member, being a user. I'm doing a lot of work around brand marketing, how we talk to people, the visuals that we use, the memes, the personality, the personability, the connection to our user base. So I think like that's how we're competing. Everything we've done is purely organic, which
Okay.
also has been
Yes,
very
cool.
hard. And like we're about 6 months and change old, and we have like not even 10K. We have like 7.5K followers right now. We could have had 15, 20, 30K already, but we didn't do like tag 3 friends, like and retweet. We didn't pay any influencers, like no referral system, no point system. So like pure product market fit, and you follow us because you want to, or you like us, or you like what we're saying or doing. So how will I compete with meme coins? How will we compete with meme coins? Is just continue down that path.
Yeah.
Brand marketing, heavy branding. You know, I want you to feel something when you think of Lulo. That like that's what branding is, right? It's not just a visual, it's not just a logo or a typeface or a font or a like a picture on the wall. It's an emotional reaction. Like when I think of Solana, I have an emotional reaction. I'm happy, I'm excited, I feel, I'm part of the future. When I think of Nike, I think of like empowerment. I think of like
feeling shape.
Yeah, exactly. Overcoming obstacles. Like I'm powerful. I can do whatever I want. I want you to feel that way with Lulo. I want you to be excited. I want you to feel like optimistic, hopeful. Like how can we push that? And that's something that I'm really, really working on.
Nice.
It's not easy, and I think it's something a lot of Web3 projects overlook.
Yeah.
Because it's such a degen kind of like gambling focused philosophy and approach for a lot of these companies. So yeah, that's something I'm really focused on, and I think that's how I compete with meme coins.
And do you think like the market should be more rational than it is right now, or should
The
we?
market's not rational, dude.
No, but I know, like, but is the crypto market would be a better market in a way if we were less gamblers, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah. I
or
mean,
is the
it's
market
one of
always right? And if you don't have a gambling project, you don't understand your industry.
maybe. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm like, I
I'm
think
asking this
like
question every day, bro.
I love it. No, I think it's good. I think like asking hard questions that we don't have clear answers to is how we formulate our opinions and our views. Like, so what I will say is like memes are as old as time. And like, I think you look back at the early internet culture, memes were always there, right? Like,
Yeah,
and you look at like Bitcoin forums, like the old Bitcoin forums, like Bitcoin Talk, like or local Bitcoins. Like
Yeah.
there were memes there then, and there will be memes there tomorrow, and there will be memes there in 30 years. And I think all culture understands memes very well. Like if you look at Instagram and you look at Reddit,
Yeah.
non-crypto, non-blockchain shit, they're all memeing, right? Like the Pepe meme, which we've all like
Embraced.
own, or like we've reappropriated it for positive reasons. Like that originated in like super negative circles, and it had bad connotations and denotations. So like that's the other thing, and that's why I said it. Memes can take on a life of their own, and they can also change over time, and like they could have different perspectives. So are meme coins bad? Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Are the way people treat them bad? Not necessarily. I think it's all about the approach and what they do. So like Bonk, I like Bonk. I think Bonk does a lot of good stuff for the ecosystem.
Yeah.
I've seen Wen do more good for the ecosystem than a lot of other meme coins.
Yeah.
Do I think like Shiba Inu 10x fuck the world coin is going to do anything good for the world? Probably not.
Yeah.
Is a lot of it predatory? Yes. Is a lot of it value extractive? Yes. But like, I want Iggy to do something good with Mother. I'd rather it not be like another fucking fail. You know, I want to see some wins. And then again, last comment on this. I saw Whiff change a bunch of people's lives. It didn't change my life, but I did see it change a bunch of people's lives. And anybody who would discount that and say that's negative should reapproach their thought process on it, in my opinion.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if there is a small percentage of people that win out of that meme coin mania stuff, like those winners wins anyway. So yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, back to the branding. Like, what would be the perfect branding and brand image that you want to have for Lulo? And then we can wrap it up.
Like who would I look to? Like,
yeah, no. Like, what would be like
or...
where do you want to go in terms of brand with Lulo? Is that like the easy mindset?
So I want Lulo to have the same kind of emotional reaction that people get from Nike, Supreme, Jordans, you know, like your favorite t-shirt, your favorite rapper, your favorite food, like positive social associations. That is like sort of where I would think, but like Lulo in my mind is supposed to make your life easier and more approachable and more fun and more exciting and more hopeful and positive.
Nice.
Like our two taglines right now are save different, like Apple's think different. And another one that we've been using a lot is use Lulo, manage less, live more. Like we want you to go and fucking chase your dreams, man. Like I know people yeah, exactly. Like the Superman rip open your shirt, like, you know, a mix of Nike, Apple, and Supreme.
That's cool.
You know, like I want hot and exclusive. I want powerful, hopeful, optimistic, and I want like pioneering into the future. Those are the brand feelings I want. Yeah.
Let's go. I like that.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes. I was waiting for soundboard. Yes.
Yes. That we can do that. But bro, I think we can wrap it up now because I already take like more than 1 hour of your time, and I know you're busy.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I'm always happy to join you, Vincent.
Thank you so much, man.
I love what you guys are doing at Decoders. I've always enjoyed your content. I will always support you, and I'll always one up my peers. Yeah. You know, it worked. It worked. Yes.
But and do you have like anything that you want the audience to take away from like the discussion?
Yeah, biggest takeaway is Lulo is building a product for the people. And I guess that's another brand point, right? Lulo is for the people. And if you have any kind of feature requests, product requests, comments, suggestions, concerns, please join our Telegram, join our Discord, whichever one you prefer. Let us know how you feel about our product. And on that note, let us know how you feel about anything, product, brand, community, whatever it might be. We want to hear from you guys. We build actively based on user feedback.
Nice.
And I think that's part of why we're doing so well.
Awesome. And yeah, once you have referrals, please use
I
my
will make
referrals.
sure you get it. Yes.
And you can find every links in the description. So yeah, everyone follow Maurice Lulo account, join the Discord, put some money into Lulo interface because you're gonna make more money. You're gonna make money with money, so that's cool. That's what you want.
Super cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But Maurice, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate that. Yeah, it was a great conversation. I liked it so much.
Thank
You
you,
can
brother.
come back whenever you want. When you want to do a product announcement, product launch, like whatever.
Perfect. Yeah.
You can. You're home. You're home here.
Yes.
And yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Bayer. Thank you, Speaks to Me. Thank you, everyone else in the chat. Yeah, too many people. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, follow everyone, and we will see you in the next stream tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks.
And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. We'll see you in the next one. But before that, make sure to subscribe, like,